Hello my friends, and welcome to a good old-fashioned family food prep video. So here's the deal. We are going on a road trip, a long weekend kind of a situation, and here is what I know for sure. If you're staying in a place that has a kitchenette, if you make some things at your house and then bring them with you, meal prepped, and just like reheat them in the microwave, it is so easy. The food is amazing. It's cheap. When you're trying to feed 6 people, when you're traveling, those dollar bills can add up really, really fast. So we're gonna do some meal prep for like a meal in the car, some meals when we get there that can just be heated up quickly in the kitchenette microwave. Let's get started. I'm gonna get started by turning on my oven. Step 1 is to cook up this bacon. I like to do mine in the oven just because I can stick it in and ignore it. For the meal in the car for the drive, so we don't have to get fast food, we are doing homemade deli sandwiches. In what world does bacon not make that better? So we're gonna cook up this bacon for our sandwiches that we're gonna be making. I have these delicious hoagie rolls that I bought. I have some lettuce, some pickles. So we are gonna build the sandwiches also before we head out, and we are leaving today and I haven't packed yet, so we're on a bit of a time crunch. I think I'm just gonna cook this entire package, and don't forget to have a mason jar or something ready for the fat that's gonna render off of this. This is usually how I get all of my jarred bacon fat that I cook with later. It's excellent on a cast iron skillet with some chicken. It's great with eggs. That's probably not gonna cut it. Yes, I did just get back from my workout today. I have not showered yet. I did wash my hands. I figured I wanted to get the food taken care of. I can shower really quick, like right before we leave, so I'm not too worried about that. I do have a couple hours, but I do have several baking items I wanted to get done. Ooh, this is thick bacon. What's your favorite kind of bacon? Is it thick cut, center cut, uncured, applewood?
Maple flavor.
The maple kind, yeah.
Peppered bacon is amazing. Okay, this bacon smells really good. Really good. Okay, these sandwiches are going to be amazing. For those that may be new, my name is Christine. I have 4 kids. I have been married for 18 years. Wow. I feel so old when I say that. I love food, I love working out, and I love saving money. So meal preps like this, I'm telling you, it just takes a little bit of time and you can save a ton. So I'm gonna stick this in a 400-degree oven, basically until your house smells like bacon. It's like 15 to 20 minutes, but then it just depends on how thick your bacon is as well. So this goes in. Next up, I have this brittle brownie mix and these muffins. I thought this would be a nice breakfast for tomorrow morning. These brownie, like it's just a nice treat when you're traveling and stuff like this. Stir brownie brittle mix and butter until dough forms. Press it into an ungreased cookie sheet. So it looks like I can mix this one up and just set it to the side while I wait for my bacon to be done. So let's do that. Mixing bowl, and I only need 2 ingredients. Here comes my Betty Crocker brownie brittle mix. I made one of these brittle cookie ones, like chocolate chip cookie ones, and it was amazing. 1 stick of softened butter. And then how do we mix these up? With my hands? That feels so caveman-like.
Used to be a caveman, but now he's a lawyer.
What about this? You think that'll work? Oh, I'm feeling like no. Oh, I'm gonna need to get my hands in there. Alexa, shuffle songs by Good Charlotte.
Shuffling Songs by Good Charlotte on Amazon Music.
You're just wasting my time. All the feelings that I dread is ringing in my head. Can't believe the words you said. Ringing in my head. Somebody save me. Now we're hanging by a thread and it's ringing in my head.
I'm still waiting on that bacon, so I thought I would mix up this gluten-free chocolate chip cookie mix. I bought this for a different video. It was my gluten-free desserts video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave it below. And I end up making so many desserts that I didn't even finish the ones I had planned on. So this has been sitting in my pantry for a while. So I thought I'd just mix them up and use them. I found that these box mixes are pretty tasty. I've been pretty impressed with them. So if you are gluten-free, I just got this one from my Walmart. They're pretty limited on brands if you're picky about your brand, but if you're not, they have a few. I'm just following the instructions on the back: an egg, some water, and 1 stick of butter. So I have the entire package of that. I'm gonna try and use this wooden spoon to stir this. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe I should have gotten a bowl with bigger sides. I don't know. Here comes my egg. Oh, I didn't crack that very good. Come on. And 1 tablespoon of water. Time to mix all of this and then scoop it into cookie-like shapes to bake in the oven. 375 for, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes, standard cookie timing. Alexa, play.
Never felt so damn frustrated. You're just wasting my time. All the feelings that I dread is ringing in my head. Can't believe the words you said.
Alexa, pause. This bacon is taking forever to cook. I have all my cookies like waiting to go into the oven, and what I'm going to do now is prep my produce. So I have a couple cucumbers. My family loves just raw peeled cucumbers. I have some carrots. This will be for dinner tonight. And I grabbed a whole bunch of Honeycrisp apples, so we're gonna wash those up. And I have a head of romaine lettuce for our sandwiches that I wanna get cleaned up as well. So we're just gonna kind of prep all of this produce, get it ready as I like cycle all of my cookies and bacon and stuff through the oven. That is what I'm gonna work on now. We're making good progress. Let me show you what I got at the thrift store. You knew it was gonna be books. I just got Life of Pi. I don't know why I didn't own this. Super fun story if you've never read it. The movie is acceptable if you haven't seen the movie. I got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I don't know that I've ever read the unabridged version. I feel like I've read the abridged version, but anyway, it's a classic, right? This was a quarter. The Odyssey, which I have also read parts of, but not cover to cover. That was $2. Oedipus, this was less than $1. It's been a long time. Like I've read it, but it's been a long time. This series about Will Roby is, I think how you say his character's name, is one of my favorites by him. So this is one of those versions. This was 50 cents. I especially love like the little paperbacks for car travel and stuff like that. And then I got this book by Nora Roberts, was 50 cents. A hardback for 50 cents, I know. I don't think I've read this one. I read the cover and it didn't look like I remembered it. So the question is, which ones do I take on the trip? I'm probably gonna do Life of Pi, Frankenstein, and The Hit are like the 3 I'm gonna take in the car with me to read in the car. And then we also have some books on Audible that we're doing. And then of course we downloaded some movies onto each of the cell phones. So we'll like rotate those. Okay, that's enough book talk. But is it really? Is it ever too much book talk? I don't think so. Let's prep all the veggies. Oven's still on, so we're gonna mix up these chocolate chip muffins for breakfast tomorrow, just a super easy breakfast. Once again, I am just following the info on the back. I have this whole bag, an egg, milk, butter, and peanut butter. Now that I've done with most of the baking, it is time to prep some of the like dinners and lunches that we're gonna be doing. And I'm using this Green Chef recipe. This is the chicken with lemon chive sauce to meal prep some of our lunches for our trip. It's super quick, easy, pop it in the microwave to reheat it. And since it's so fast to put together here at my house, it just kind of makes sense. So Green Chef is sponsoring today's video, so big thank you to them. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company. And I've been trying to focus more on like proteins and vegetables as a way to fuel my workouts well. And I think Green Chef fits in really nicely with that because they provide a variety of dishes for all kinds of lifestyles, whether you're keto or paleo or vegetarian or vegan, or if you just want some more balance in your life, I feel like you can find something that works for you. I personally love the keto boxes. The flavors are on point, the macros are dead on, and if I want a little more carbs in my meal, it's so easy just to add a roll on the side and boom, you're done. The ingredients come pre-measured, pre-portioned. There's like very little work. Look, cauliflower rice, peas, all I have to do is like cut up this one tomato. Everything else is done. My seasoning packet, my sauce, Like, it's so easy. And then the recipe card comes with pictures, step-by-step instructions. While I chop this, you might be wondering why. Why we're going out of town, where we're going out of town. We are going south for the winter. Idaho, or the area of Idaho that we live, it gets so cold in the winter that it really honestly messes with my mental health. You could say I struggle with seasonal depression. I do struggle with vitamin D issues, so I am always taking vitamin D, but when the sun don't shine, it's really, really hard to get outside. I mean, look at the color of my skin. Do you see how pale I am? I'm essentially a ghost. So we are driving south to go somewhere warm. We are taking our mountain bikes and trail running shoes, and for 3 days, we are just gonna ride bikes on the trails, do some trail running. Honestly, I may just go lay in the sun outside in the middle of, well, maybe not in the middle of the street, but maybe on the sidewalk and soak up that vitamin D before we come back. Here's where my idea stemmed from, to make meals like this and take them with me when I travel. So we were going to a mountain bike race in Boise, and we had a hotel room. My tomatoes chopped, that's all the chopping. Now I'm gonna get my chicken out of these packages. When we were in Boise, we had this hotel room that had a kitchenette. I think I did that on purpose. I didn't think we'd be able to use the hotel breakfast, so I definitely like made muffins and things like that. So we were getting ready to go to this mountain bike race, and it was seriously last minute. I had made a roast and I had a ton of leftovers, and I'm like, you know what? I think it would be pretty easy to just reheat the roast in the microwave in the hotel room for dinner. My mom came also, so it was like 7 people out to dinner. It was gonna be late and we were gonna be tired. That's a lot of money. That's like $150 probably with tax and tip and if people get drinks or whatever. So I just made some mashed potatoes in my Instant Pot, put the roast with some gravy, some roasted carrots on the side, like layered it all there, put it in meal prep containers. And what we did is when we got into the hotel room, Dave's like, what are we gonna do for dinner? And I'm like, ha ha ha. I pulled them out and we reheated them in the microwave. I'm just doing salt and pepper on the chicken. And it was amazing. It was absolutely delicious. My mom ended up going out to eat and she came back and she was like, that was the worst. I don't know, she went to a pizza joint, I don't know. She was like, that was the worst pizza ever. It was expensive, it wasn't good, it took forever. Our dinner came together in like 5 minutes, right? Because we just had to heat it up and it was delicious. And I'm kind of like, this is genius. So if you're ever driving somewhere and you've got room for a cooler and you're gonna have a kitchenette, obviously not if you're flying, but if you're driving, especially if you have a bigger family, this saves so much cash. Even a meal box kit like this, if you prep and take with you, is going to be cheaper than basically any restaurant. So I just have salt and pepper on my chicken. We're gonna go sear that in our pan over here and cook up our cauliflower rice, and then that's it. I have my chicken going in this pan with some salt and pepper. I just put some olive oil in there and my chicken is searing. Okay, and we're gonna do the cauliflower rice on this side. I know it's sizzling from the chicken, but hopefully you can still hear me. So I have some butter, I don't know, 2 tablespoons-ish. I have my cauliflower rice is going in. The tomato that I chopped while we were chatting, that goes in too. And these little garlic and herb packets, those are going in. And a little bit of water just to get it going. We are wrapping it up, my friends. I've added my peas, 2 more tablespoons, this might be 3 tablespoons of butter. Taste for salt and pepper, and this one is about done. Over in my chicken pan, I pulled out my chicken. Here comes some water. Ah! We're deglazing, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. So I've got my whisk, and we're gonna get all those yummy brown bits up and add a few more things. So just give this a little scrape like this, and let's grab our other sauces. All right, lemon chive vinaigrette. Okay, I have my vinaigrette, some cream cheese, and we're just whisking this together to make a sauce. It's gonna go over everything. And now all I have to do is slice the chicken and we are about there. If you go to greenchef.us and use the code FrugalFitMom125, you're gonna get $125 off and free shipping on your first box. It's greenchef.us, code FrugalFitMom125. First link down in the doobly-doo. So huge thanks to Green Chef for partnering with me today. I love it when their boxes show up. They are delicioso. So I'm just gonna wrap up this meal and box them all up in my meal prep containers for the trip. All the food is made. I'm leaving in 2 hours, so I'm gonna pack a bunch of it into this like cooler insulated bag thingy. Step one, I got my muffins here. And oh, a bunch of this bag stuff is just dinner tonight. So I made 6 deli sandwiches with those hoagie rolls that I showed you, the bacon that I cooked up earlier, the lettuce that I did, and then I did, I have some peppered turkey, some Black Forest ham, and I bought this like habanero jack cheese from the deli counter that's so good. So I have 6 sandwiches, 1 for everybody today. All of these going in the bag. That way, that way. I have the brownie brittle here, goes in right there. I have a box of vanilla wafers, not very many of these like cheddar minis. We're just gonna finish those up, those in there. The cookies, this will be for the entire weekend, not necessarily just today. Kind of slide those in like that. This bag is huge. And I have all my produce. Oh, there go my carrots, the 2 containers of cucumbers. I don't know if my apples are gonna fit. I'll put the apples in the cooler. Oop. I just dropped my bananas. Good thing we're eating these today. I have 5 bananas, 1 for each of us, except for me, because I can't eat bananas. That goes with dinner also. And this bag is full. Time to get the cooler. This vintage Coleman cooler is like my favorite thing ever. This thing has got to be at least 60 years old. And it is scratched up and stained, but it is amazing. Cream Chef meals going in. I have some Danimal Pouches yogurts for the car. Baby Bells, some string cheese. Oh my gosh, I forgot the Nutri-Grain bars. Hang on, I need to change some stuff here. Okay, Nutri-Grain bars in the non like cold stuff, and I moved my cucumbers and carrots and apples in here along with some freezer packs, like a bunch of small ones like this. I'm gonna go pick up some drinks, like some sodas and stuff, throw those in. Hold please. Man, you can't really see what I added. I took the Danimals out of the box. I got a couple of these Muscle Milk protein shakes, threw in a bunch of Built bars, a couple of Monsters, and a couple of Dr. Pepper cream sodas right here. I'll probably throw some water bottles on top, and this guy is done. And so's this one. That's how big this bag is. It's definitely not gonna cover all of us for the entire weekend, but it is going to make a big dent in some meals that we now do not have to eat out. If you want to try out Green Chef, screenchef.us with the code FrugalFitMom125 for $125 off and free shipping off your first box. First link in the doobly-doo. Thanks again to Green Chef for partnering with me today. Thanks to you guys for hanging out with me on today's prep. And I think now it's time to take a shower and pack my own suitcase for the weekend. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.